to the guest speaker, Mr. M. Suresh Kumar Garu, who is going to brief up on the topic 5G evolution and 5G in Smart City. Suresh Garu did his Masters in Communication Systems from National Institute of Technology, Trichy. He is currently working as Sales and Marketing Manager in Nesma Telecom and Technology Company, Saudi Arabia, where his role includes marketing of Smart City to mega projects like NEOM, Red Sea, Amala, municipalities, etc. Public safety marketing to security departments in KSA. He is a former employee of ZTE, where he worked as marketing director in Saudi Arabia, pre-sales manager in Kenya, and technical engineer in China. His areas of interest include smart city, public safety, ICT, telecommunication, IoT, robotics, drones, government and enterprises solutions, operator VAS, solar and energy solutions, and space technology, so on. So he worked and traveled across 14 countries to support businesses while in ZTE and Nesma. Welcome you, sir.
Yeah, hi, hello everyone. So let me share my screen first. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank VNR management for giving me this opportunity to come forward and do a session for 5G for smart cities. Actually, I am also one of the alumni of VNR. I did my bachelor's from VNR Vignan Jyoti in electronics and communication engineering. So after my BTech, I did my master's in NIT Trichy as it was introduced. And then I joined this Chinese company ZTE, and I was taking different positions and roles in ZTE, working for telecommunication business, and then I switched to smart city, enterprise, and government business. So because I saw there is a lot of future when we talk about smart cities, and all the countries around the world, they are talking about smart cities. How a government or a municipality, they want to implement smart city solutions that can benefit the people who are living in those cities. The smart city focus is not only for the urban areas, but also for the rural areas as well. I mean, this is part of a development initiatives from the country's management. So here, the session, the 1 week session that is going on is for 5G and 6G. So I thought of putting some flavor of 5G into the smart cities as well, because for most of the students who are working in research and development of 5G, 6G, whatever the future technologies will be coming up, they should at least know like where exactly these technologies will be placed in the market. The market positioning understanding is a must for all the researchers who are investing their time for these kind of research and developments. So I will give you some brief, not brief, like just an overview, because I have seen several other sessions regarding 5Gs. So where people have already introduced like the evolution of 5G and how the 5G was initiated and what kind of technologies are being placed, how a 5G research and development is going on. So I will not take much time in explaining the same thing which was already explained by the other presenters. So I will just go with my agenda. So in this agenda, I will just give some brief about the cellular technologies, and then something about 5G, why 5G, and what are the benefits of 5G. Then integrated network and technologies, because when we are going to deploy 5G, it is also depending on the other technologies that will also be should be considered to implement when we are talking about smart cities. Then I will explain you about smart city, and then some smart city verticals that will also play a major role when we are deploying 5G, and then 5G satellites, some small introduction about 5G satellites. So if we see cellular technologies, so there has been a tremendous evolution happened when we started with our 1G first generation mobile technology, where the technology was mostly used for the voice calls, and then the 2G came into the picture. Then people started using the technology for voice, SMS, and some kind of short messages. Then 3G came. Then this is where the internet started evolving. I mean, people started using internet on their mobiles with kind of basic smartphones. And then 4G, it played a major role where it increased the user capacity of the internet subscribers around the world. So whenever a city or the country they implemented 4G, the internet subscribers increased drastically. And then now everywhere people are talking about 5G. The reason people are talking about 5G is because when they deployed 4G, there was some limitations of utilization of 4G network. So it can only be used by the subscribers for their mobile purpose and some kind of smart home, some kind of small smart city applications. So this is where they had some restrictions over the capacity of the 4G network when it was deployed across the cities. So, and then the vendors like Nokia, Ericsson, Huawei, ZTE, these are the main players around the world who are deploying 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G networks. There are also several other players like Rakuten and Jio who are also investing in deploying, I mean, doing R&D work for the 5G, and also Qualcomm they are doing on their own. But however, I would call like these four companies are the major players in the telecommunication industry because they are the one who are deploying 2G, 3G, 4G, and upcoming 5G with many operators around the world. When we talk about 5G, so when they started inventing this 5G technology, they also considered the future of smart cities. So this is where they say like the 5G comes with a huge bandwidth and huge kind of connected devices capacity compared to the 4G network. So this is where is the benefits of 5G compared to the 4G, which is it can support more than 1,000 times mobile data volumes compared to 4G. It can connect to 100 times more connected devices compared to 4G, and the latency compared to 4G is much more lower when we compare 4G and 5G, and the end user data rate is also 100 times, and the battery life for the IoT devices is 10 times higher. So this is where they call it like more benefits, like 10 times, 100 times. This is where the telecom operators or the government entities, they are interested in deploying 5G compared to 4G. But there are also several drawbacks for 5G network. I will also explain these in the coming slides. And then 5G for IoT, because when we see the data throughput of 5G network, which supports like 10 times higher than the 4G, because 4G could support it at around 1 GB per cell, but 5G can support up to 10 GB capacity. And also the number of devices are more than 100 times compared to the 4G. So these devices can be the users, can be subscribers who are sharing the network resources in those dedicated areas, or these can be the IoT devices, because in future everything will go IoT. So there will be like millions of sensors that will be deployed across the cities. So the number of connected devices and also the data throughput, the data collected from these devices should also play a major role. So this is where when we talk about 5G, so these are the advantages and benefits, but there are also some other things that like we have to consider in terms of deployment regarding the coverage area. So compared to 4G network, 5G solution provides smaller coverage area. So this is what forces the entities to deploy more kind of network resources in the city to deploy 5G on top of it. And in some other coming slides, I will also explain to you some scenarios how it can be deployed across the city. So for example, 5G deployment, you can see some scenarios here, some example scenarios. So the 5G, it can be deployed on a pole mount structure or a dice cell structure. So these are some conceptual designs that are provided to multiple city organizations where they don't need to deploy it on a tower, because deploying towers across city is not so easy, but deploying poles and also dice cells is a bit easy. So also in different locations, they can deploy these kind of poles, smart poles. On top of the smart pole, the 5G devices can be installed. And on the same pole, you can also deploy multiple IoT devices. For example, CCTV cameras, advertisement boards, and also environment monitoring sensors, IoT sensors. So multiple devices, even electrical vehicle charging units you can install on the same smart pole, and also the database, everything will be transferred through this 5G network to the central command and control center of the city municipalities. And also the telecom operators, for example, if they are deploying it to provide the mobile services, then the municipalities or the government, they can collaborate with these telecom operators to enable IoT services for the citizens, and also they can provide smart municipal services across the city areas. So here you can see some tower, we have mobile data, we have street level sensors, we have smart parking, we have smart trash bins, autonomous vehicles, smart sensors, and all these kind of things. So this is just an example to show like how 5G can be deployed across the city, and on top of that, how different smart city applications can be deployed at the same time to provide different kind of services and features. So here you can see 5G landscape. So basically, the moment 5G came into the picture, everyone started involving in R&D of 5G. So it's not just limiting people to do R&D work for the network level, but also to the edge level. Edge level in the sense you can see like smartphones. Recently, many smartphone brands, they are launching 5G supported phones, and then even 5G supported laptops. And then if we are considering the edge devices, and if we are considering the network, so in between, whatever is going between these connected devices to the network, to the storage, all these companies, they are also considering various elements like security of the data, and also the speed of the data, and virtualization, virtual infrastructure, AI, artificial intelligence, big data analytics. Lot of things are coming into the picture, because when we are saying we deploy 5G network, we connect like millions of devices, all the data coming through different kind of network elements to the central location. So how the data can play a major role, and data mining can be done. So whenever there is any incident happening, so immediately it can trigger alarm to the command and control center, and then the command and control center can guide people to go to those areas to take action immediately. So everything needs to be considered when we are talking about 5G deployment in a large scale for the city or for the country around. So integrated network. So integrated network also plays a major role, not only if we are talking about 5G, but also to deploy different kind of vertical applications and vertical solutions. Because 5G cannot just satisfy the whole requirements, but also we need to deploy a integrated network where the fiber network will be there as a backhauling of the data. The reason backhauling of the data is most important, because the edge devices, when they are generating a lot of data, so it will go to the 5G network, but from 5G network, it should reach to one point. So this is where if 5G is not capable enough to transport the data, so we have to deploy fiber network, and then we have to deploy microwave devices that can take the larger capacity generated from each tower or each location. So this is where we need to consider the integrated network, and there are so many scenarios, city by city scenarios. So depending on different city and different scalable solutions, different kind of solutions can be proposed for the network deployment. And then we have integrated technology. So there are so many type of technologies also play a major role integrated together with 5G. It can be the broadband, or it can be narrowband. Broadband usually come with denser areas. It can satisfy the requirements for denser areas, but for scattered areas, narrowband solutions can be there. But also the integration between the narrowband broadband can also play a major role for providing smart city solutions around the cities and also across the nation. Then smart city. So basically, smart city is a hot topic around the world. Everyone is talking about smart city, but depending on country to country or the organizations of different municipalities, they are deploying different kinds of smart city verticals around the cities. So it's not a must like everyone should follow the same scenario which is deployed in another city, but depending on what exactly is the priority in those cities and what exactly is the need, and this is where they can deploy certain kind of smart city verticals depending on the requirements. So we can see smart city verticals, the major verticals that we always focus to promote in different cities and also to different governments in different countries, is starting from the public safety, because public safety is always the highest priority. And also without having a public safety solution proposed in the smart city application, we cannot enable the future requirements, like for securing the countries and also securing the cities. And if we are securing the countries or cities, then the GDP will also boom, and also there will be a lot of tourism activities that will happen around the country. And also the second one, the most priority smart city vertical, is smart transportation, because without having smart transportation across the cities, I mean, it will not be convenient for the people to have logistics around the city. So smart transportations is also another important one. Then autonomous driving, that is playing the major role in the coming future when the full-scale 5G network will be deployed across the cities. Then smart health is there, smart education, smart agriculture, then smart grid, smart industries, and smart media. So all these verticals, they are also playing major role, but also it depends on what kind of network is being deployed. If you're talking about LoRa, or if you're talking about NB-IoT, then you can deploy sensor level solutions, but you cannot deploy these kind of smart security, smart transportation, or health or education as a full-fledged smart city application. So this is where once people are going to deploy 5G, then all these vertical applications can be enabled easily, step by step. And some example for security boards. So we had some scenarios for some kind of clients who are talking about securing their premises, but to secure these premises, they need to deploy a wireless network coverage across those areas. So for example, if you are talking about power plants, if you are talking about mining companies, so these companies, if they are deploying a large number of cameras, security robots, and drones, so by just deploying some small capacity wireless network, it cannot satisfy their requirement, because depending on the number of robots or drones or cameras deployed, the bandwidth also plays a major role. So this is where 5G can also play a major can be a game changer for providing the security solution across different and industrial customers. So this is where we are just proposing some examples for them, integrated solutions with robots and also with drones. Then we have service boards. So some of the clients, they have their own initiatives in Saudi Arabia where they are deploying their own smart city areas. So in these smart city areas, their major aim is to improve the tourism activities in those areas. So this is where we are also proposing service boards for them. And then these clients, they are also deploying a private 5G network for their own areas. So not only depending on the telecom operator, they can also deploy the 5G, full-fledged 5G coverage. And then these kind of service boards are playing major role in providing smart city applications and also satisfying the requirements for the smart city applications around the city. Then 5G, actually 5G satellites, I recently investigated here and there with my some of my connections in other countries. They are doing a lot of research and development in 5G satellites. They are working on low geographical orbit satellites. So these LEO satellites, they are also playing major role when it to provide IoT solutions or providing smart city applications, because you don't need to deploy a full-scale network for the city, but by just launching few satellites in space, you can provide smart city applications, and also you can be connected with all the edge devices 24/7. So this is one of the future initiative that is being taken up by several companies. So here you can see some examples of companies who are also investing a lot in 5G satellites, and some of the examples like SpaceX, they have already launched around 1,700 LEO satellites, and now they plan to launch around 12,000 to 42,000 in coming years. So their main aim is to provide broadband services and broadband applications around the globe. And some of the countries, they're also launching these kind of LEO satellites to provide services for their own countries. I mean, some companies, they are investing in providing the services for the globe, but some they are proposing for their own countries. So this is also another thing that the students, they can focus and work on. And I have seen there is a lot of potential scope in working on LEO satellites. The reason why I'm saying LEO satellites is because there are some companies who have established in less than 10 years, and now they are $1 billion. Their valuation is more than $1 billion. So the reason more than $1 billion valuation is coming up because they have launched several satellites, and they are providing several applications, smart city applications over satellites to several government entities. And also there is not only for the satellites, but also on ground devices, research and development, there is huge scope. So for the students, not only focusing on the land scale 5G network or network element or edge devices, they can also focus on LEO satellites. That is the future for 5G communication across the globe. That's it for my presentation. So if you have any questions regarding smart cities, or something that you have seen here and you would like to know more, you can ask. Hello?
Dear participants, is there any questions from this session? Anybody can post if you have any queries in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
Hello, sir. I have a small question.
Yeah.
Sir, in India now, in many states, the government, central government and state government, have announced to make it a smart city. But as per the
Yes.
presentation, though I understand, maybe I'm wrong, but there is less connectivity as far as smart city of India is concerned. First
Yeah.
point, and second point, because 5G is not deployed so far in India, and it is in testing stage. So the smart city, the name only government has given as a smart city, although because everything is not connected, so it is not so smart to be called to be smart city.
Yes. See, I'm giving you the global perspective, because the reason why I'm saying global perspective, if we see the countries like Korea, Japan, China, US, and some of the European countries, they have deployed full-fledged smart city. Full-fledged smart city means whatever I have presented, they have deployed them, and they also deployed full-scale 5G network. So the smart city, first they should have network infrastructure, which we are lagging in India. And then these countries, they have deployed full-scale 5G network, and on top of that, they have deployed this smart city applications, smart city verticals. So in India, everyone is talking about smart city, but in reality, they deployed something like application, like citizen application, or some small kind of smart parking solution or IoT solution, and they are saying their city is smart, but which is not. So we
Sir.
are far away. We are far away from the initiative of real smart city, and 5G is already has been deployed as a mature solution for almost like 2-3 years now in other countries, and we are still talking about 5G to come in India. So by then, when 5G comes in India, so people, whoever is working on the R&D of different network elements or different edge devices, they can have something to offer.
Sir,
So, sir,
one
the
question
term
has been.
itself is a misleading term, right?
Yeah.
So the term smart city itself is a misleading term for us right now.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, one question has been asked. Sir, can you please mention any software for simulation of integrated network, of optical network, and 5G wireless network?
Okay, this question actually I cannot answer, because we are not doing simulation work for us. I mean, as a marketing and business development, we are promoting smart city solutions and company solutions. But maybe I can check with my friends here and there, and I can get back to you later. Because the reason is every vendor is using different kind of simulators. So they own their simulators. They are not using the third-party simulators for testing of integrated networks or doing anything on 5G.
Sir, thank
Yes.
you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your interesting session on how the various 5G satellite and the various 5G networks and the smart cities, how it should be implemented in India, and what are the different terminologies related with it, and the concepts, and how it is implemented in various countries. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. So thank you all for listening to my session, and hopefully if you have any questions or if you are looking forward to know more about smart cities, you can reach out to me on my email anytime.
Sir, can you share your PPT, sir?
Yeah, I will share it with you.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone, and have a nice day to you all.